Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. You were never going to out-hustle Jim, a former colleague once said. He asked the tough questions, then waited for the answers. Jim Avila, the tenacious journalist who spent decades exposing truths and shaping national conversations, has passed away at the age of 69 after a long illness. His reporting didn't just inform. It sparked debate, brought change, and held power to account. With a booming voice and sharp instincts, Jim carved a path through some of the nation's most defining moments. From the chaos of the O.J. Simpson trial to the heartbreak of September 11th, he never backed away from difficult stories. His reporting on America's justice system became a benchmark for journalistic excellence. 2 national Emmys, 5 Edward R. Murrow Awards, and countless other honors speak to his extraordinary skill. But his greatest legacy may be the trust he earned, both from viewers and within newsrooms across the country. Starting in local stations and rising to senior national correspondent at ABC News, Jim reported coast to coast, from Chicago to Los Angeles, from ground zero disasters to the White House lawn. His stories on immigration during Southern California's wildfires broke new ground, and his work covering the reopening of diplomatic ties between the U.S. and Cuba earned rare praise from both media and government alike. But beyond the accolades was a man driven by purpose. He mentored young reporters, shared his hard lessons, and viewed journalism as both responsibility and service. Even after a kidney transplant donated by his brother, Jim returned to the field with energy and passion. He is survived by his children, Jaime, Jenny, and Evan, who carry forward his spirit of courage and compassion. ABC News President Alman Karamemetovich said, "We thank him for his many contributions and unwavering commitment to seeking out the truth." Jim's brilliance wasn't just in the bylines. It was in the dignity he brought to those he covered and the fearlessness he showed in telling their stories. He leaves behind not just a career, but a calling, and in every newsroom he passed through, his voice and values still echo. Tributes to Jim Avila. Number 6. A fierce advocate for truth, Larry made you think, made you care, and never let the game off easy. That quote, shared by a fellow journalist, captures Larry Brooks in just a few words. For nearly 5 decades, he was the heartbeat of hockey reporting. Sharp, insightful, and unafraid to ask the tough questions, Larry reshaped how the sport was covered from the press box to the locker room. He passed away peacefully at the age of 75, after a life dedicated to elevating the game he loved. Born and raised in New York City, Larry's bond with hockey ran deep. His early career led him behind team doors, serving as a senior VP with the New Jersey Devils. But it was his return to journalism that cemented his place in hockey history. At the New York Post, his columns were essential reading. Rangers fans, league insiders, and even executives read them with equal parts curiosity and trepidation. Larry held the powerful accountable while staying true to the fans. His weekend columns, a ritual for thousands. He became president of the Professional Hockey Writers Association and earned the Elmer Ferguson Memorial Award, honors that recognize not only his talent, but his unmatched influence in the field. But it wasn't just his words that made an impact. It was the way he treated others, a generous mentor, a trusted friend, and someone who always picked up the phone when a younger reporter needed advice. In pressers, he was fearless, especially with NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. Yet off camera, he was warm, quick to joke, and deeply loyal. That balance made him not just a reporter, but a beloved figure in the hockey world. Tributes came pouring in. The Rangers praised his powerful connection with their fans. The Islanders hailed him as a Hall of Famer in every sense. Gary Bettman said it best: his writing inspired loyalty, debate, and respect, just like Larry himself. Larry Brooks is survived by his son Jordan, daughter-in-law Joanna, and his grandchildren, who brought him immense joy. His voice will echo through the arena tunnels and newsroom halls for years to come, because Larry didn't just cover the game, he helped define how it's told. Tributes to Larry Brooks. Number 5. You can't speak of flamenco without mentioning Fosforito. His voice is not just an echo of the past, it is the past, alive and breathing. These words from a contemporary capture the essence of a man who gave everything to an art form rooted in soul and memory. Antonio Fernández Díaz, known to millions as Fosforito, has passed away at the age of 93, following complications from heart surgery. His departure closes one of the most defining chapters in the story of flamenco. Born in Puente Genil, Córdoba, Fosforito rose from modest beginnings to become a giant of Spanish music. In 1956, he made history by winning all 5 categories at the National Flamenco Competition in Córdoba, a feat never repeated. This launched a career that would span nearly 7 decades. Fosforito was a master of the cante hondo, preserving ancient flamenco forms with unmatched precision and emotion. He revived forgotten styles, from the zongano of his hometown to complex forms like the solea apola and serrana. His knowledge of flamenco was vast, his delivery always heartfelt and pure. He released over 30 recordings, including the groundbreaking Antológica del Cante Flamenco with Paco de Lucia. In 2005, he was awarded the 5th and final Golden Key of Flamenco Singing, an honor granted only 5 times in over 150 years. But beyond the awards, what set Fosforito apart was his devotion to teaching and sharing. He wrote his own lyrics, mentored rising stars, and gave countless recitals and lectures around the world. His humility made him loved, his voice unforgettable. Even after choosing to retire in the late 90s, he never left the world of flamenco behind. He continued to perform selectively, each appearance a reminder of the art's deep roots and great heights. Festivals, peñas, and global stages welcomed his voice like an old friend. Tributes have poured in, from the Andalusian government to fellow artists, describing him as a national treasure and a guiding light. As one admirer put it, Fosforito didn't just sing songs, he sang flamenco back to life. He is survived by his son, Alejandro, and a legacy that will guide future generations. Tributes to Fosforito. Number 4. She made us laugh, even as she made us think. That's the rarest kind of writing, said a fellow author, paying tribute to Marina Lewycka. The British-Ukrainian novelist, cherished for her wisdom and wit, has passed away at the age of 79 after a short illness. Known for her ability to mix humor with heartbreak, Marina connected people through stories that reflected the deep and often absurd truths of life. Her debut novel, A Short History of Tractors in Ukrainian, took the literary world by surprise. Published when she was 58, it became an international bestseller and was translated into dozens of languages. The story's blend of comedy, immigration, and family tension resonated worldwide. It marked the arrival of a fresh and fearless voice in British fiction. Over the next 2 decades, she authored several acclaimed novels including Two Caravans, We Are All Made of Glue, and The Lubetkin Legacy. Each story explored migration, class, identity, and everyday confusion, always with warmth and sharp insight. Her work earned her many nominations and awards, including the Bollinger Everyman Wodehouse Prize. Marina's own life story was just as powerful. Born in a refugee camp to Ukrainian parents, she spent her childhood in England and later earned degrees in English and philosophy. Before writing fiction, she taught media studies and wrote handbooks for carers, quiet work that showed her deep compassion. She was not only a brilliant writer but also a generous teacher and mentor. She lived for many years in Sheffield, where she inspired a community of readers and writers alike, always taking time to encourage new voices. Those who knew her speak of her kindness, her dry humor, and her curiosity about everyone she met. As her publisher wrote this week, Marina's writing made us laugh, but more importantly, it made us see one another. She is survived by her husband, daughter, and loved ones. Her family has asked for privacy during this time. Though her voice is now silent, the stories she told will continue to speak for her. For years, for continents, for generations. Tributes to Marina Lewica. Number 3. There's magic in belief, Kevin Mackey once said. And for anyone who watched his Cleveland State team take down Indiana in the 1986 NCAA tournament, that magic was real. Kevin Mackey, a beloved figure in basketball, has passed away at the age of 79 after an apparent heart attack. His journey, from Boston classrooms to Hall of Fame recognition, was marked by resilience, inspiration, and unforgettable victories. Though best known for leading a Tulare 14 seed to the Sweet 16, Kevin's impact went far beyond that historic Cinderella run. At Cleveland State, he transformed a little-known program into a national name. His fast-paced offense, fearless spirit, and belief in his players turned dreams into headlines. Before all of that, he was shaping young lives at Don Bosco in Boston, guiding teams to wins, but more so guiding young men to believe in themselves. As an assistant at Boston College, he was a trailblazer, recruiting gifted inner-city players and opening doors where few had looked before. Kevin's time coaching didn't end with college hoops. After personal struggles led to his departure from Cleveland State, many might have expected his story to fade. Instead, he wrote a new chapter, embracing sobriety for over 30 years, winning 3 minor league titles with the Atlantic City Seagulls, and eventually becoming a respected scout for the Indiana Pacers. Kevin was an icon of Cinderella moments, shared NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski. But more than that, he taught us that redemption is real, and that belief, both in team and self, can change everything. Beyond the court, Kevin was known for his booming laugh, boundless energy, and deep commitment to those around him. Colleagues became family. Players stayed in touch decades later. His reach was wide, but always personal. Kevin is survived by his children Brian, Cheryl, and Christy, who inherit not just his love for the game, but also his legacy of perseverance and hope. His passing leaves a void, but his story remains, a reminder that underdogs can win, that people can change, and that belief is indeed a kind of magic. Tributes to Kevin Mackey. Number 2. He dedicated much of his life to the service of the Filipino people. We were blessed to honor that wish. The words of his daughter Katrina reflect both grief and pride. fitting for the life and legacy of Juan Ponce Enrile. At 101, he passed away peacefully at home, bringing to a close one of the most enduring and debated chapters in Philippine political history. For nearly 6 decades, Enrile shaped national policy, weathered power shifts, and stood at the heart of both progress and controversy. From his early days as a brilliant young lawyer to becoming Senate President and once again serving in public office in his late 90s, Enrile's journey was nothing short of extraordinary. He served as Secretary of Justice and the longest-tenured Defense Secretary, playing a key role during the declaration of martial law. While that chapter drew criticism and scrutiny, Enrile stunned the world years later by spearheading a pivotal defection that helped end the Marcos regime through the peaceful people power revolution. He authored landmark laws that reformed the electric power industry, strengthened internal security, and expanded benefits for senior citizens. Whether in the courtroom, the war room, or the Senate floor, Enrile brought a sharp legal mind and an unwavering stance on issues that mattered. His political career touched the administrations of 6 presidents, earning him both loyal admiration and intense opposition. Yet he met every challenge with resolve, leaving a mark not only on legislation but also on the character of democratic governance in the Philippines. Colleagues remember him as a mentor, a tactician, and a relentless debater. To those he served, he was a symbol of resilience, unafraid to evolve, reflect, and re-engage even in the twilight of his life. Enrile is survived by his daughter Katrina and other close family members. His final wish was fulfilled, to be home, surrounded by love, at the end. Though official memorial details remain private, the public continues to express respect for a life filled with bold choices and deep convictions. Juan Ponce Enrile's legacy is that of a man who witnessed and helped shape the nation through some of its most defining moments. Tributes to Juan Ponce Enrile. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Sometimes the greatest strength is found in the middle of life's most difficult moments. Today, Abby Howard, a 26-year-old influencer and devoted mom, is inspiring thousands with her honesty and resilience after experiencing the heartbreaking loss of her baby girl at 17 weeks. Abby bravely shared her story online, describing the compassion she received from her care team and the comfort brought by her close-knit community. She explains that grief is truly personal. There's no right way or timeline, and every story is different. Through her journey, Abby discovered that you should never compare pain, because every heartache is valid. Above all, she urges others to lean into support from loved ones and remember that no one is alone. As followers across the country send messages of care, Abby's hope and openness serve as a touching reminder. Sometimes, even in sadness, love and community shine the brightest. Abby and her family will always cherish and honor the memory of their little girl, holding on to the lessons in empathy and strength she inspired in so many. News 2. Here's a touching story from New Zealand that's bringing people together online and reminding us to cherish each day and those we love. Guy Williams, a beloved comedian and television host known for New Zealand Today, is mourning the loss of his dear dad, Gary Williams, who passed away suddenly after a heart attack while swimming at a local beach. Gary was enjoying the sunshine and sea, doing what he loved at the age of 66. Despite the heartbreak, Guy has fondly remembered his dad's humor and generosity, sharing stories of positive impact and the warmth that Gary brought to their family and friends. Communities across New Zealand are rallying around the Williams family, sending an outpouring of support and celebrating Gary's legacy, especially his dedication to lifting others' spirits. Through laughter and love, Gary's memory will live on, inspiring us all to embrace each day and make a difference in others' lives with kindness and a smile. News 3. Here's something truly inspiring from the world of entertainment. Cynthia Erivo, The 38-year-old Tony winner, celebrated for her powerhouse vocals and heartfelt performances, recently revealed a remarkable story behind her casting as Elphaba in the upcoming Wicked movie. During her intense 3-hour audition, Cynthia was actually battling a fever. Her temperature soared to 103 degrees. Still, she poured everything she had into the role, giving a performance so convincing that she secured the coveted part alongside Ariana Grande's Glinda. Despite feeling quite ill by the end, needing about a week of bed rest to recover, Cynthia's dedication shined through, exemplifying the kind of grit and determination that reminds us all what it means to truly love your craft. Her journey to Oz is not just about magical powers or emerald green skin, it's about never giving up, even when the odds and the thermometer are stacked against you. Older fans of both classic film and Broadway can look forward to seeing Cynthia's commitment come alive on the big screen. Stories like hers will continue to be cherished, reminding us that sometimes the most magical moments are born out of perseverance and heart. News 4. What an incredible story of resilience and legacy. Just weeks before his final performance, legendary rocker Ozzy Osbourne was quietly hospitalized. As his wife Sharon revealed, the family kept his condition private, determined to protect Ozzy and honor his wishes as he prepared for that last, unforgettable show. Imagine the nerves and anticipation, but with tremendous strength and the support of his loved ones, Ozzy took the stage for his farewell, Back to the Beginning concert on July 5th, joined by his solo band and the original Black Sabbath members. Even after facing health setbacks, Ozzy delivered the farewell his fans cherished, fulfilling his promise in true rock and roll spirit. Ozzy Osbourne will forever be remembered for his dedication to music and the joy he brought to generations of listeners. His legacy will always live on through the songs, the memories, and the inspiration he left behind. News 5. What a remarkable story of love, loss, and the enduring power of music. In heartfelt news today, beloved singer and dancer Paula Abdul has paid tribute to her late tourmate, Cleto Escobedo Jr., following his passing at the age of 64. Paula and Cleto shared unforgettable moments together on tour, and she fondly remembers Cleto not just for his incredible musical talent, but for his warmth and generous spirit. With her kind words, Paula described Cleto as a true friend whose joyful energy uplifted everyone around him. The two formed a rare and genuine bond, one that inspired countless fans and fellow artists along the way. As we reflect on Cleto Escobedo Jr.'s legacy, it's clear his music touched hearts far beyond the stage lights, leaving behind cherished memories and a reminder of how music connects us all. Though Cleto may be gone, the songs and smiles he shared will continue to shine brightly. Paula's tribute reminds us to celebrate those we love, cherish the beautiful moments we create, and honor the memories that keep their spirits alive. Today we remember Cleto with gratitude and joy, knowing his harmonies will always be a treasured part of music history. News 6. Let's take a moment to remember Joshua Allen, a remarkable dancer whose story has inspired millions. Joshua first stole America's heart at just 19, when he won Season 4 of So You Think You Can Dance, making history as one of the show's first street dancers to reach the finals, right alongside the beloved Stephen "Twitch" Boss. Over the years, Joshua's fearless approach and joyful spirit lit up stages and screens big and small, including roles in Footloose, Step Up 3D, and American Horror Story. Joshua's journey came to a gentle close recently at the age of 36 near his Texas home. Friends, family, and fans fondly recall his uplifting words, "Never let anybody tell you you can't do anything. The sky's the limit." He never hesitated to encourage others, always reminding us that with God, you can do anything. Though gone too soon, Joshua's energy and optimism will live on in every performance, and in the hearts of everyone touched by his talent. Let's honor his legacy by embracing creativity, celebrating life, and always chasing our dreams, just like Joshua did. News 8. Imagine being just 20 years old, excited to begin your career as a police trainee, when life throws an unexpected curveball. That's exactly what happened to Emily Littlewood from the United Kingdom, who was known for her active, healthy lifestyle and dreams of working in law enforcement. Out of the blue, Emily suffered a stroke, something most people never expect at such a young age. Doctors soon discovered the cause. Emily had an undiagnosed hole in her heart, a condition she'd been living with her entire life without realizing. Despite this frightening ordeal, Emily's determination has shown through. She's begun the process to repair her heart, putting her future police training on a brief hold, but her optimistic spirit is unshaken. Emily's story is a powerful reminder that hidden health issues can affect anyone, no matter their age or fitness, and her courage is already inspiring others to pay attention to their own well-being. In the face of adversity, Emily is staying positive and looking forward to completing her training next year. She'll be remembered not just for her bravery and perseverance, but for turning a health scare into a heartfelt message of hope and resilience for her community.
News 9.
If you've followed the journey of Reverend Jesse Jackson, you know he's been a beacon of hope and change in America for decades. At 84, the civil rights legend, who gained national attention in the 1960s as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s protege, has touched hearts across generations, advocating tirelessly for equality and economic justice. Today, the Jackson family asks for your support as Reverend Jackson is hospitalized in Chicago, being observed for progressive supranuclear palsy, or PSP. This rare brain disorder gradually affects balance, movement, and speech, making everyday activities a bit more challenging. Reverend Jackson's courage in sharing his diagnosis reminds us all of his lifelong commitment to openness and compassion, uplifting millions through both triumph and struggle. While there's no cure for PSP, the strength, faith, and love in Jackson's life stand as an inspiration, just as his leadership and kindness have inspired us all. As the world sends positive thoughts his way, we honor Reverend Jackson's remarkable legacy of unity, resilience, and hope, a legacy that will undoubtedly shine on for years to come. Number 1. She had a way of making every follower feel like family. Yasmine Angela Feitosa de Souza brought light to thousands through her words, her joy, and her heart. With over 23,000 followers on Instagram, she wasn't just an influencer, she was a friend, a sister, and a source of comfort for so many who found hope in her honesty and warmth. Born in Petrolina, Brazil, Yasmine quickly became a voice of encouragement in the lifestyle and beauty space. Her content went beyond trends. She showcased real moments, shared uplifting advice, and promoted genuine self-love. Whether she was giving relationship tips, opening up about personal growth, or simply sharing a laugh, she always left people smiling. Her greatest achievement wasn't just the numbers. It was the community she built, a safe corner of the internet where people felt heard and supported. She worked with brands and fellow creators not just to advertise, but to inspire. Her message was always clear: be yourself and be proud of it. Those close to her remember a bright soul, someone who lit up rooms with her presence, a woman who listened more than she spoke and gave more than she asked for in return. Kind, genuine, and joyful to the core. Yasmine passed away tragically at the age of 26, just days after celebrating her birthday. Her mother shared that Yasmine had enjoyed a happy day with loved ones before suddenly falling ill. Her condition, suspected to be linked to menthol poisoning, took a sharp turn despite medical efforts. Her passing stunned and saddened the many lives she had touched. In the days that followed, tributes poured in from across Brazil and beyond. Friends, fans, and fellow creators spoke of the way she lifted others, often just when they needed it most. One friend wrote, "She turned ordinary moments into beautiful memories. That was her superpower." Yasmine's final rest will be in her hometown of Petrolina, surrounded by the same love she always gave so freely. While her time was far too short, her impact was immense. She will be remembered for her sincerity, her strength, and the joy she brought to the lives of others. Tributes to Yasmine Angela Feitosa de Souza. Cleto never took it for granted. He loved being a part of it. Those were the words of Jimmy Kimmel, remembering his lifelong friend and band leader, Cleto Escobedo III.